Hello, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get start the classes today. And before that, I like to know all the participants one after one. Here we have Mustafa. Here you have uh, Amirul Islam. Amirul Islam.
Yes.
Hassan Ahmed. Najmul
Yes,
Islam. Okay. The last class is the person who didn't introduce. Please start introduce for yourself. I think we are not introduced with Amirul Islam. Mr. Amirul Islam, could you please introduce yourself?
Sure, sure. This is Amirul Islam. I'm from Dhaka, BSB headquarters, Tilkhana. In my profession, I'm a teacher.
Well, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Okay, Mr. Amirul Islam, nice to meet you and welcome Hassel-Free Education.
Thank
So,
you.
Mr. Amir, could you please tell me about your educational background?
I have completed my graduation and post-graduation on mathematics. That means BSc honors in mathematics. In my profession, I'm a teacher.
Thank you, Mr. Amir. Why you are so interested for IELTS courses?
Actually, I have two purposes. Firstly, I have to teach the mathematics to my students in English. That means I am a teacher of English version. And another case is if there is any scope for further education like research-based education, MPhil, PhD. So I think IELTS is necessary. That's why I am interested to connect that type of platform so that I can do the.
Thank you, Mr. Amir. Mr. Amir Islam. Yeah, I am Mr. Najim. I am Najimuddin, IELTS instructor at Hassel-Free Education, and I was the previous IELTS examiner at British Council. So you can get our best help to achieve your expected score. By the way, what is your expected score? Which score you are expecting now?
Me.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I expect minimum 7 plus. Actually, my target, I don't know I can do or not, but my target is 7 plus.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Amir. Nice to meet you. Now I'd like to move other person. Here we have other person like Mahir Shahriyar Khan. Please, Mahir Shahriyar Khan. Can you please introduce yourself, Mahir Shahriyar Khan?
Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, Mr. Mahir Shahriyar. Please, could you introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. I am Mohammad Mahir Khan. I am from Bangladesh. I live in Noakhali. It is the district of Bangladesh.
Okay.
Now I am studying at National University, Noakhali Government College, BBA department.
Thank you, Mahir. Thank you, Mahir. We have already introduced with you. Now I like to request to introduce Sadia. Miss Sadia, could you please introduce yourself, Sadia? Sadia, are you hearing me?
Is it me? You're talking to me?
Yes. Please introduce yourself. What's your name? Where are you from?
Saida.
Yes.
I'm from Africa.
Yes,
East
thank
Africa. I'm living in England.
Right.
I would like to start higher education. That's why I doing the IELTS.
Welcome, Sadia Sahida. So, do you have idea about IELTS?
Not much.
Have you watched my last class? Have you watched my last class video? And in the last classes, I have given some idea about IELTS. Have you watched?
Is it on Friday or Wednesday?
Friday classes. Friday,
Last
my
week
classes.
Friday. Yeah, last week
Last
Friday.
Friday. Have you
Yeah.
watched the video?
I didn't watch the video. I don't know. I can't access to the group. I think it
So
was in.
this is the access of the Facebook hassle-free IELTS and hassle-free education Facebook group. You can access in the group. Then you can watch some classes of your missing classes. Okay, now
I joined
I
the
will,
class, but I didn't get any messages or any accepted. I requested acceptance. Yeah.
okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Amir
And you're
Rustam.
welcome. You're welcome, sir. Thanks.
Askan, Mr. Askan, please. Mr. Askan, are you listening to me, or would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. My
Yes.
name is Atena, Atena, but the application Zoom is Ashkan because I borrow my friend's computer because of that. Sorry.
Okay. Could you please introduce yourself, your name,
Yeah,
your country?
sure. I'm Atena. I'm from Iran. I'm originally from Iran, but I've been living in the UK since 2 years ago. I'm a student at Kingston College. I was studying industrial management in my home country, and I need IELTS for studying in higher education in this country, in UK.
Okay, thank you. So
You're welcome.
what is your desired score you need to do for your higher education?
It depends on the university. Some of them need 6. It is between 6 and 7.
Okay, it's good. It's 6 a score and 6.5 a score or 7 a score is a good score. We are preparing. Mr. Afsana, are you Afsana? I have forgotten your name. This Afsana.
Are you talking with
What's your
me?
name?
Atena.
What's your name?
Atena.
Archana. Okay,
Yeah.
Archana. Have you watched my last classes, or have you watched my last classes video? I have given some idea about the IELTS.
No, unfortunately I haven't seen your video. I saw the Steve video.
So there is my video. I am Najim sir. If you entered the our IELTS class group in our Facebook, this is the Facebook ID IELTS and hassle-free education. If you access in the group, you can have all the video or very helpful for you to take the classes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure.
Now
Thank
thank
you.
you very much. Okay, now let's get started the classes, today's classes. Again, I like to mention, because we have lots of person who missed the previous classes. That's why I like to give some idea about IELTS. What does IELTS mean, and why do we need IELTS? Many things we have to know about IELTS. Then we can start our classes. As you can see in the screen, and this kinds of book we recommended to collect for the IELTS preparation classes. This is called Cambridge English, Cambridge IELTS academic. You have to collect these kinds of books by PDF from internet, or you can have physical book in the nearby international library. Let's talk about the IELTS. IELTS, what does it mean? IELTS mean International English Language Testing Systems. It has 4 module: reading, writing, speaking, listening as well. So some person who like to study in some first world country, it is essential to achieve IELTS score. But the score system, at least the score is required. If you want to study graduation in some country, you need to achieve at least 6 point score in IELTS. If you are looking to have a degree, post graduation degree, you have to achieve at least 6.5 score in IELTS. So let's talk about the module in IELTS. As you can see in the screen, you are watching that the module we are watching in the screen. Reading, writing, listening, reading, writing, speaking, listening, writing, reading, and speaking 4 module in the IELTS. I like to recommend all the participants who missed my previous classes to watch my previous video to learn about what is the reading module, writing module, or listening module, and what score you need, how can justify your score. I have given lots of idea about this, so I recommend you to watch the video. If you don't access the YouTube group, or excuse me, Facebook group, the Facebook group names IELTS Plus, IELTS and Hassle-Free Education. Now let's move our classes. In the previous classes, we have given some homeworks. I like to get some feedback from about the homeworks, and who prepared homeworks. We have discussed with someone. Here we have lots of participants. Mahir Shahriar Khan. Mr. Mahir Shahriar Khan, could you please tell me about the previous classes, last classes in reading part? And we have discussed about our homework. Please, Mahir Shahriar. Mahir Shahriar, are you listening to me? Mr. Mahir Shahriar, are you listening to me? Mahir Shahriar. Najmul Islam Riyad. Mr. Najmul Riyad, are you listening to me? Najmul Islam Riyad, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Please, Najmul Islam, have you participated last classes?
Yes.
Have you participated my last classes where I have
Yes.
taught the IELTS reading part? Could you please share your experience in the last classes, or have you prepared some sort of thing I have given you as homework? Could you please share me about the last classes we have taught about IELTS reading part? Okay, let's have discuss again. We have to discuss again the classes here. I think you are watching very clearly. Are you watching very clearly, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is about the reading part. In the reading part, we have like these 3 passages. Like this one, we have 3 passages, and we have to read the passage. We have to read the passage and have to answer 40 question in an hour. That means in 60 minutes. We have time in 60 minutes, and we have to read the 3 passages and have to answer some question. 40 question answer. For example, if you are looking to have 7 score, like some Irani guy have mentioned that he is looking for 7 score. For 7 score, we have to ensure among 40 question, we have to make correct 30 correct answer. Then you are eligible to have 7 score. Or if you are looking to have 6.5 score, you have to make correct, you have to ensure your 26 answer correct to have 6.5 score. Or if you are looking to have 6 score in your reading part, you have to ensure that 26, 22, 23 questions should be correct for 6 score. Now, in the last classes, I have discussed the type of question. If you miss the classes, you have to note again how many types of question we need to answer, we need to learn. There are in the reading part, as you can see the screen, the question type, fill in the blanks. This is called the fill in the blanks. We have solved in the last classes. This type of question we have solved in the last classes. And we learned the technique and strategy how to answer the question. And this is called the true, false, not given. And true, false, not given types of question. Today's classes, we will discuss more type of question like fill in the blanks, multiple choice, answering question, completing sentences, list of the heading, matching information. Total 7 types of question we need to answer in the reading part in an hour. The total question are 40. Pages are 3. Each passage we can have 20 minutes. Now let's talk about today's classes. We are going to solve true, false, not given question. So first of all, to answer true, false, not given question, we need to know some technique and strategy. The main technique and strategy for the IELTS reading module is that, first of all, you need to identify, you need to read the question, not passage fast. This is first thing for IELTS reading. We need to need passage fast, whether we need to read question fast. And by reading your question, if you understand the question well, you can find the main word or keyword of the question. Keyword will help you to go to the passage location. For example, we are going to the key points. Here we have true, false, not given question. We can read the instruction. Do the following statement agree with the information given to the reading passage. 1. In boxes 8 to 13 of your answer sheet. True. If the statement agree with the information, this is true. If the statement contradict with the information, this is false. If there is no matching, no information on the type, this is false, not given. So first of all, how can we underline, how can we identify the key point? Last classes I have discussed. Key point mean the main thing of the question. For example, here the number 8 question. Method of predicting Earth population have recently changed. If you understand the meaning of the sentence, method of predicting, that means free tailing or free giving information, the method of free giving information about Earth population have recently been changed. If you understand the question, you can easily find out the key points. Now, I like to request you, the person who have understand the question,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mahesh Aryas, could you please tell me what is the main theme of the question? The method of predicting Earth population have recently changed. What is the main things of the question? Please. Can you understand the question well?
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Can you please repeat again?
I like to know the question number 8. Are you seeing the question number 8?
Yes, sir.
So have you understand the question number 8? What the question number 8 like to instruct you, like to give you information?
Sorry, sir.
Method of, you know, methods. You must know methods. We speak the method of predicting. Predicting means detailing, or the advanced tailing. Predict mean advanced tailing. Our population have recently been changed. If you understand the question, now you have to focus on the main thing. The main thing is the method of predicting our population. This is the main things. Now we can have to charts from the beginning of the question. From the beginning of the question, from here, you need to charge from here. From the beginning, I have to charge where they talk about the method of predicting our population. Could you please, anyone, read from the beginning of the passage?
Can I, sir?
Yes, please.
By the year 2050, nearly 80% of the Earth's population will live in urban centers. Applying the most conservative estimates to current demographic trends, the human population will increase by about 3 billion people by then. An estimated 10 to the power 9 hectares of new land, about 20% of larger than Brazil, will be needed to grow enough food to feed
Thank
them.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You don't need to more thing. Have you got any clue about the Earth population? Have you got?
Actually, Earth population will live in urban centers. So applying the most conservative.
Look at again. They mentioned that 2050. This is the method of, not method. This is about the prediction. That means they are talking about free or good information. 2050, that 80% of the Earth population will live in urban center. This is some information we got. That means you can have the answer in the paragraph. Applying the most conservative estimate, the current demographic trend, the human population will increase by about 3 billion people in that. So we have some information about the Earth population that will increase in future. But have you found any information regarding the method? Which method people will increase? Have you found any information in the here? Or you can read more thing here.
No, sir.
Or you can read more thing. Estimate 10 hectares of new land will be needed to grow enough food to feed them. If people increase, we need some land to feed the people. That's why we need some more lands to cultivate. So my question is that between question and answer, if you find similar information positively, answer should be true. You can note the technique, please. You can note the technique, please. The information between question and answer. If you match similar information or positive information, answer should be true. Between question and answer, if you find negative information or opposite information, answer
so I think increasing population is related to increased land. I think like this.
Okay, let me talk about this, some strategy. If the information is negative, answer false. If you don't find any information or the information is not clear between the question and answer, should be not given. Now you find the people will increase in future. That's why we need some more land to feed the people. This information we got, but the question tell you this information, that method of method of predicting Earth population have recently been changed. So what do you think? Is it true, false, or not given?
Yes,
It's
sir.
not
True.
given.
No, not true, because between the question and answer, no match. Question mentioned that the method mean this method people will increase if you marry, if you have two baby, if you have more than baby, if you have two more wife, the people will encourage. Have they discussed about any method in the question, in the passage?
No, it's not given, maybe.
Not given, not good. Please make you clear. Technique is like this: between question and passage information, if you find similar information, this is true. Between question and answer, if you find negatively, it is false. Between question and answer, if you find no, if you find any no match information, because there is the no match information. The question mentioned that method. What does method mean? Method means some method people will have multiple wife, people will have child marriage. There is no any method they discuss. So that's why answer should be thrown. Sorry, answer should be not given. Answer should be not given. I think you can understand. Have you understand it? This?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I like to request you to read question number 9. Who like to read the question number 9? Anyone? Then try yourself to answer question whether it is true, false, or not given. Question number 9. Anyone can read. Then I will help you to find answer whether it's true, false, or not given.
Okay, I'm reading. Human beings are responsible for some of the destruction to food producing land. That means, and rest of the part I didn't see.
Okay. Human beings are responsible for some destruction of food producing land. So main thing is that you understand human beings are directly responsible for destroying the food producing land.
Crops land, actually. Food
The
producing
food
means
producing land.
crops land. Yeah.
Okay. Now the main thing is that human beings are responsible. This is main thing. And another main one is that destruction of land, food
Yeah.
producing land. Now we have to go in the paragraph, in the passage.
Okay.
From the beginning, because in the earlier classes I have discussed, every question follow the sequence. So from the beginning, we need to follow, we need to charge the answer from the beginning. Okay, the answer you find in the first paragraph, if you read the rest of the line, you can find some information regarding that the question mentioned human beings are responsible or not. Anyone can read from the line. Last answer you find. You can read an estimate from the line, and estimated
Okay.
10 hectare. 10 hectare.
Okay.
Please read the line, and you can find
Okay.
in the answer.
Okay, I'm reading, no problem. So, estimated 10 to the power 9 hectares of new land, about 20% larger than Brazil, will be needed to grow enough food to feed them. But if traditional farming methods continue as they are practiced today, at present throughout the world, over 80% of the land that is suitable for raising crops is in use. Historically, some 15% of that has been laid waste by poor management
Okay,
practices.
thank you. Did you find the main thing in the here? The question have mentioned
I
regarding
think
that the
the destruction of land is liable for poor management of practices.
okay,
15%.
we
So,
have to make clear that the years
And
traditionally,
percentage
if
is, yeah,
traditional farming method continue as they practice today, at present throughout the world, over
yeah,
80% of land is suitable for using crop,
yeah,
rising crop. That means in the world,
yeah.
80% land are suitable for planting any crop.
Or producing
So
crops. Okay.
some 15% some 15% of land has been laid waste. What does it mean? Laid waste, that means the not using or not usable. That means it is have been,
Actually,
it
I
may be
think
it may be destroyed.
person has been waste. Actually, this is the system loss. Maybe I think, I don't know.
Actually by poor management. So
Yeah,
who are managing the poor? Human being or the creator? Who are managing the poor management?
of course, human being. Of course, human being.
The question and answer is same thing, positive or negative?
Negative.
Positive.
No,
Positive. So answer should be true or false?
True.
true.
True. Thank you. We can note down the true. We can note down the true. Okay. Thank you. This is correct. Now we can have next question. The question is that question number 10. In the question number 10, I like to request to read anyone's other persons. Who like to read anyone's? The question number 10. Samia Khan. Samia Khan, could you please read question number 10?
Sir, where is the question?
Okay, I'm giving you the question. Question number 10, please. Could you read the question number 10?
Yes, sir. The crops produced in vertical forms will depend on the season.
Okay, you understand crop produced in vertical farm. Well, that means that in vertical, for the vertical farm crop will depend on the weather or season. Now you have find some main thing of the question is that crop produce dependent on the season and weather is the main things. Now you have to charts in the paragraph where they are talking about the weather or seasons. Where you find the rest of the paragraph, because every question I mentioned in the earlier classes follow the sequence. The charts in the below paragraph where you have they discuss about the weather. You can start reading from here, from the paragraph, the concept of indoor farming. Please start reading Samia Khan concept of indoor farming, and you can have some
Yes,
idea.
sir. The concept of indoor farming is not new, since hothouse production of tomatoes and other produce has been in vogue for some time. What is new is the urgent need to scale up this technology to accommodate another 3 billion people. Many believe an entirely new approach to indoor farming is required, employing cutting-edge technologies. One such proposal is for the vertical farm. The concept is of multi-story.
Okay, you have to, which word you have to find, Samia? Weather. Are you? Which word you have to find? Weather. Please, let's read. Keep reading the rest of the paragraph. Keep reading them. Building which food crop environmentally control. That is the environment control. Environmentally controlled situation. That is the environment. Building food crop are grown environmentally controlled condition. Have you find the answer or you didn't find? In the paragraph, building which food crop are grown, in which food crop are grown environmentally controlled condition. Produce particular will depend on the seasons. Now you have got some information, but we can have to charge other information here, environmentally control and destructively reduce the amount of transportation request to being food to consumers. Vertical farm would need to efficient, cheap to the customer, and if successfully implemented, profound climate vertical farm would offer promise to urban renewal sustainable. So we have to talk more thing about the environment in the paragraph. It took human 10,000 years to learn how to most crop we now take the granted. Along with the way we deposit disposal most of the land, there is no information. We have to go to other information as well to find some crop. Here we can have some information from here. bearing plant to the regions great outdoor, and can we do more than hope for the good weather years? This is some emotional good weather years. We're getting good weather years. However, more open than not now due to the rapidly changing climate. Samia, you are getting some information here. Changing climate. That is not what
I
happened.
found that
Massive food uh, massive food, long drought, how it can severe monsoon take their tolls of every year, destroying millions of the ton globally. The operator of vertical farm claim may be potential advantage for the system. For instance, crop could be produced all around the year. So we have some clear information here. Now we have to match whether the question is true or false. They mentioned that the food can be grown all around the year. Question mentioned that food crop in vertical farm will depend on the seasons. Again, we can go to the question. What does the question talk? What does the passage talk? Question say food crop produced in vertical farm will depend on the seasons. But here we get different information. Here we have the different information. Supporter of vertical farm claim many potential advantage for the system. For instance, crop would be produced, would be grown all around the yard as they would be kept in artificially control optimism growing condition. Now, Samia, we have to match between the question and answer. Is it positive or negative or no information you find? What do you say? Is it positively or negatively or no information you find? You can write down in chat box whether it is true, false, or not given. Please, you can write down also in chat box whether the question is true, false, or not given. Samia, what do you think? False, right? One say false. One say Sajjad say false. What do you say? Is it false or not given? Anyone can read. Sajjad mentions the false. Sajjad, please. Why do you mention that this is false?
Well, sir, firstly, the question is the crop products in vertical farms will depend on the season, but
yes,
the the paragraph said that it
yes,
climate change weather will be climate change, so that's why the did not
it's false.
match
Thank you very much.
match
Thank
the
you. You can
information, so
understand.
that's why it is false.
Okay. Question say that the crop produced in vertical farm will depend on season. That means in seasons, in particular season you can grow. But they mention in the paragraph that no, this is not depend on the season. All year round you can produce, you can grow the crop. So negatively, information is matching negatively. That's why it is false. If the information will match with the positively, it will be true. So I can understand. Now we have to go to the next question. In the next question, question number 11, I would like to request to read the question number 11. Sadia will Sadia from Iran, a person from Iran. What's her name? Irani guy. Please, could you please read the question number 11?
11, yeah. Some damage to food crops is caused by climate change.
Right. Damage to food crop is caused by climate change. So what is the main thing? Have you understand the main thing of the question? Damage, main thing is the damage of food crop. That means they are damaging,
Yeah.
food crop are damaging damage of food crop is caused by climate change. That means when the climate change, food crop will be damaged. So we have to chart this information in the paragraph where we get the last answer. In this paragraph, you can have charts this information, whether the food is damaging or not. So could you read in here some main things in this paragraph, whether the food crop is damaging for the climate or not? Please start reading in the paragraph.
From where? I couldn't understand from where.
Okay, you can read from here. And some all food could be grown originally. The line, from the line you can read.
All the food could be grown originally, eliminating the need for herbicide,
herbicide, pesticide, fertilizer,
and that's a hard word. Yeah, the system would greatly reduce the
incident of many infectious disease that are required at the agriculture interface.
Yeah.
Although the system would reduce, okay, although the system would reduce, we can have some information from the beginning here with lines. For instance, crop would produce all year round as they would be kept in artificially controlled optimism grow condition. There would be no weather related crop failure due to drought, flood, or pest. What does it mean?
It
There
means
would be no
that the climate change doesn't affect on
the weather condition. It doesn't affect to damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
So answer should be true, false, or not given.
False.
No, we can read the question again. Some damage of food crop caused by climate change.
Yeah, true.
So here you have got control the food, no weather related crop failure due to drought, all food could be grown originally, elementary need for the herbicide, pesticide, or fertilizers. The system would be greatly reduce the incidence of infectious disease required to the artificial interference, and although the system would consume energy, it would return all the system, it would return energy to great beyond methane's generation. Okay, the person who say true, please tell me why do you say true? Please. And here
sir, because of the reason the climate will be changed and damaged.
Okay, climate change, the cause of food crop caused by the damage. Okay, if the climate will change, food will be damaged, isn't it?
Yes. If the climate will be changed, then
could you please read the line? Read the line where you find. Please read the line where you find the information.
The system would greatly reduce the original eliminating the need for the herbicides, fertilizers. The system would greatly reduce the increasing of the infection diseases that acquired at the agriculture interface.
Okay. So you got information that means climate change. If climate change, there will be risks of the food destruction, isn't it?
Yes. If the climate will be changed, then must be damage with the food. That's why it is.
So true. we can write it. We can write it through. Have you understand from Iran? Have you understand the technique?
Yeah, I understand.
So one thing very important for reading is that uh, in terms of, while you read the question, you have to focus main theme. Then you have to go to the question location in the passage or paragraphs. If you want to find the location, it will be more easier for you to find whether true, false, or not given. Now we can have the next question to read. The next question. Question number 12, please. Anyone can read question number 12, then try to answer whether true, false, or not given.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yes, please.
You're following, I think, Cambridge's IELTS book, right?
Cambridge 11, I am following. Cambridge 11.
Cambridge 11. I have this type of books. That's why I'm looking for. Okay, thank you.
Okay, please, you can read question number 12. Then you can try whether it is true, false, or not given.
So me.
Yes.
Question number 12.
12.
Fertilizers, of course, no problem. Fertilizers will be needed for certain crops in vertical farms. Fertilizer will be needed for certain crops in vertical farms. In vertical farms, they are trying to tell the fertilizer will be needed for certain crops.
Okay, main thing is the fertilizer. The main thing of the question is
the fertilizer is
fertilizer.
needed for some kind of crops, but not for all types of crops. Like
where we have the answer, we have to go through the passage.
Okay.
Where we have answer, please go through the passage. I think in this paragraph you can have the answer. In the paragraph you have the answer.
Major drawback of vertical where I should read.
You have to read the, although the system would read you have to read this thing. Food plant, all food could be grown originally or
I have understood.
need for the this
Okay.
line. Start from the line.
Okay, all the food could be grown organically, eliminating the need for herbicides, pesticides, or fertilizers. The system would greatly reduce the incidence of many infectious diseases that are acquired at the agricultural interface. Although the system would consume energy, it would return energy to the grid via methane generation from composting non-edible parts of land. It would also dramatically reduce fossil fuel use by cutting out the need for tractors. Is there telling about any fertilizer actually?
No, you have got information about the something due to the drop for elementing or all those systems. That is not talking about. We have to go to the other part that
Yeah.
the major drawback of the particle farm. However, it is the plant would require artificial light. There is no about the fertilizer. You have to go to the other part. And efficiency of system, efficiency of the system. Single story greenhouse have the benefit of natural overhead. So many still artificial lighting. Multi-story natural overhead light would require green generating enough light would be prohibitively expensive unless the cheap. So there is no information about the fertilizers and farming. Develop, grow to the stakes story. There's no information about it. Vertical farm, artificial. Okay, so we have to read this line. In this line, there is about something the fertilizer or something. Indirectly, they mention about the things would be kept artificially controlled. Optimism growing condition. There would be no weather related crop failure due to the all food could be, this is line, all food could be grown or organically, elementally, not for all food. This is some clue you have. All food organically, elementally, need for
eliminating the need for
and fertilizer. Have you got? All food, they talk about the not some food. Fertilizer will be need for the certain food, but they talk about the all food need fertilizer, pesticides, herbicide. So now we have to talk. Now we have to read again. Read again the line. Read again the line. Make you clear.
All the food could be grown organically, eliminating the
all
need
food
for
be grown
herbicides.
organically, alimentarily, need for herbicide, pesticides, and fertilizer. So few food or all food? All food need the fertilizer, or few food, certain food need fertilizer?
I think all food.
All
Certain
food. Answer
foods.
should be not certain food. They talk about the all food, all crop need fertilizer. Question talk about the certain food. So answer should be true or false.
I think false. I think false.
False, because between the question and answer is negatively. Question talk about the some food need fertilizers. Passage say not some food, all the food need fertilizer. Now I like to make you clear. Question says some food, that means certain food need fertilizer. And passage say not some food, all the food, all the crop need fertilizer. So answer should be false. Again, I like to mention you technique. Between the question and passage information, if you find some conflicting, that means negative information, opposition information, answer should be false. Are you clear?
Okay.
Okay. Now you have to go the next question. In terms of answering next question is that I like to request to read the question number 13 from what's its name from Pakistan. Mubashir, Mr. Mubashir, please. Could you read question number 13?
Yes, sir.
Please, read question number 13.
Vertical farming will make plants less likely to be affected by the infectious diseases.
Okay, what is the main thing of the question? Vertical farm will make plant less likely to be affected by infectious disease. So, Mr. Mubashir, what is the main thing of the question? What is the main idea of the question? Could you
In
please tell me?
vertical farm, plant less affected by different diseases.
Diseases. Now you can have the information in the same paragraph. In this paragraph, you can have the information. Could you please go to the line where they talk about the infectious disease? Go to the line infectious disease. Infectious disease.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please read the line.
The system would greatly reduce the incidence of many infectious diseases that are acquired at the agriculture interface. Although the system would consume energy, it would return energy to the grid via methane generation from composting non-edible part of the plants.
Okay, thank you very much. You don't need to more. You get some already. You already get information. Now you have to match between the question and answer, whether it is positively matching or negatively matching or no information you can have. You have to match with the question. Question mentioned about that. Here I like to read. Although the system would reduce, the system would greatly reduce the incidence of many infectious diseases are required to agriculture interface. Understand the system. If you follow the system will reduce infection, isn't it? Now you go to the question again to make clear the answer is true or false. Vertical farm will make some plant less likely to be affected. Less likely to be affected. What does it mean? Less likely to be affected with infectious disease. What does it mean? Is it matching with the question? Or matching with the paragraph?
Yes, sir, matching.
Less likely means less likely that means is have less potential, less possibility to have disease.
Yes, sir.
For example, if I say you are less likely to to do well in IELTS. What does it mean? That means you are very weak in IELTS. You are very weak in English. So
It
same
means
things,
less chance.
less chance. Same information,
Yes.
less likely, and have reduced the chances of infectious disease.
Yes,
So
sir.
answer should be true or false.
True.
True. Thank you very much. Now I like to ask you, have you understand the technique to how to answer true, false, or not given? Or you can ask me question. I think, have you understand the question technique?
Yes, sir. We understand.
Okay. I like to know, please, if you don't understand, write in chat box that I don't understand well. Please write in the chat box. If you understand well, write I understand well. Or if you don't understand, you can write down the I am not clear about this. Please write down on the chat box.
Everyone understand.
Understand well. Thank you, Mubashir. Thank you very much. Okay, I would like to know some feedback from other person. Askan from Iran. Please, Askan, could you please tell me, did you understand the technique of true, false, not given? Askan, you understand well. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we have to go other type of question. Other type of question. And I like to request you one after one. This is your turn. You can try. I will help you. And you have to write your chat box. Everyone have to write your chat box that question number 14, true, false, not given. Please, let's try everyone. Same technique following this. Question 14. This is about the other passage. As you know, each passage contain 13 question. Total, we have to read 3 passages and we have to answer 40 questions. Now, same thing, same technique we follow. Question number 14 is that the Falkirk is about the Falkirk Wells. Falkirk Well is in the Scotland. So the passage is about Falkirk Well. We can have the read. We can show the passages. This is about the passage. The passage is about Falkirk Wells. So as for our technique, we are recommended not to read the passage first. We read to the question first. So we directly go to the question first.
Yes, sir. We want to read question first.
Question first, and we try ourselves to answer 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 question ourselves because we know the techniques. Let's have a started, please. Obashir, please, could you read the question number 14?
Yes, sir.
Please.
The Falkirk Well has linked the fort and the Salt Canal with the Union Canal for the first time in the history.
Sorry, okay. Let me clear the question. Falkirk
Yes.
Well, this is the name of any well.
Yes, sir.
Has link. It has a link. It has a connection with the Fourth Clady Canal with the Union Canal. There are the two canal name in Scotland. For the first time in the story. So now you have to understand clearly the question. If you understand the question, you can have the main idea of the question. What is the main idea of the question? Falkirk Well has linked the Ford and Clady Canal with Union Canal for the first time in the story. So you have to understand some link between the links. The link between the two canals in Scotland, Clady Canal and Union Canals. The Falkirk Well have links. Now, where you get the answer? You get the answer from the beginning because.
Sir, can you please pronounce the second canal, Fort and kill and what CLYD? Can you please pronounce it again?
Excuse me. Okay.
Sir.
Okay. Falkirk Well. Falkirk Oil has linked with the Ford Clady Canal with the Union Canal for the first time in history. Have you understand?
I understand.
Have you understand, please? Hello? Hello? Are you
Yes, sir.
listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Who requested me pronounce that? I like to pronounce again the Falkirk Wall as well has linked with the Ford Clady Canal with the Union Canal for the first time in the story, in their story. Now we have to charge answer from the beginning. Could you please read the question? Washir, please read the passage from the beginning.
Yes, sir. The
Start reading the
Falkirk well in Scotland is the world's first and only rotating boat lift. Opened in 2002, it is central to the ambitious $84.5 million Millennium Link project to restore navigability
across Scotland by reconnecting the story waterway of the Ford Clady and Union Canal. So have you got the information in the paragraph?
Yeah.
So, we have to match whether the question is true, false, or not.
It's
Again, you
true.
go to the
True.
again you go to the question, then you can have match the
Link.
Falkirk well.
Reconnection.
It has links with the two canal in the first time of the story. What was is missing? Have you missed some word in here?
Sir, the question is about link, and in the passage it was reconnected or something.
Reconnected, or it has a link, but they did not mention the first time or last time. They did not clarify, they did not make you clear that whether the link is the first time or last time. They have talked about this, that in the passage they have explained that it has link to canal, it has link project. This is a link project. They spend this amount of money and navigability across Scotland by reconnecting the story waterway of Fort Clady and Union Canal. So we did not have any information regarding the first time or last time. That's why answer should be not given. Are you agree with me or not? What do you think, please? Mr. Mubashir, is it not given or false or true?
I think false, sir.
You think false. Okay, thank you. Please, you are right. Mubashir say it is not given or false.
So false.
Thank you very much. Please, Mubashir, tell me why do you think it is false?
Sir, in paragraph, they write about restore, not first time.
Okay, restoring. Thank you very much. Thank you. You understand. But sometimes we feel some confused regarding the restore.
I think
That means
it's
not first time.
true.
Why do you think true? Please explain your view.
Because they are mentioned opened in 2002 in the central of ambition, and in the question is for the first time. First time means opened for the first time.
No. Open. They have opened in some year. That's why you mentioned the open in some year. They have started, but later they talked about this, that the link have been reopened. They made this project in 2002.
2002.
Okay. 2002 they made the project, but the link have been not first time. They reopened the link. That's why it is formed. Reopen, reconnected mean that later they connect. That's why it is false. Your question talk about, you can go to the question again. your question talk about, I have to make you clear the question. Fulkic wall has linked the fourth and clady canal with the Union Canal for the first time in the story. But here they make you give information regarding this. It's central to ambitious $84 million Millennium Link project to restore navigatably across Scotland by reconnecting the story. They talk the story, reconnecting the story waterway of Fort Clady and Union Canal. They are connecting, reconnecting, but Patience talk about the first they connected. That's why it is false. Thank you. Now the second question. 15th question we have to charge. Please, I like to request to other person to read. Who would like to read the question? Naimul Islam Riyad. Mr. Naimul Islam Riyad,
Yes,
could you
sir.
please read the question
Yes,
number
sir.
15? Question number 15,
There was
please.
some, okay, sir. There was some opposition to the design of the Falkirk wheels at first.
Right. There was some opposition. So if you read the question, if you understand the question, you can easily find the key points. There was some opposition to the design. That means when they are designing, the engineer may
There
have
is
some opposition
people are
view.
opposite this, sir.
People have opposite. Okay. Now we have to find the answer in the paragraph, in the same paragraph, where you find the last answer. Could you please read the line, same paragraph or the rest of the paragraph or the rest of the paragraph, just finding some what? Design and opposition. Please start charging answer from here, from second
Should
paragraph.
I start from the major challenge?
Yes, you should. You should just skimming. It needs some technical scanning and skimming. That means when you don't find some key clue what, you just speedily read and don't need to understand the meaning, just speedily read. Please start. The major challenge
The
of the
major
project.
The major challenge of the project lay in the fact that the fourth and Clady Canal is situated 35 meters below the level of the Union Canal. Historically, the two canals had been joined near the town of Falkirk by the sequence of 11 locks enclosed the section of the canal in which the water level could be the rise or lower, and the stepped down the cross a distance of 1.5 kilometer. I think there isn't any mention about design or opposition.
Okay, in this paragraph you have the number numerous. There is some mention. Numerous idea were submitted for the project, including concept of ranging from the ruling age or tight tilting trunk, again show to the overhead monorail. There is no clear information. So answer should be, you don't need to read more. You just you can follow the sequence. You don't need to more paragraph because you just get the numerous idea were submitted for the project, including concept ranging from ruling age to tilting the trunks. So you don't have any information regarding the question. So answer should be not given or false.
Not given.
Thank you. Because between the question and passage, when you find the rest of the last answer, you have to read the rest of the things, not more things, because question follows sequence. We did not, in the second paragraph, in the third paragraph, we did not get any information regarding the design, or in terms of designing, they have conflicts idea. We did not find any information. That's why this is not given. Now we can have the last question to answer. Please read the next question, please. Question number 16. Anyone can read the question number 16. I like to request to read question number 16, name Sadia. Sadia, please. Sadia, you are requested to read the question number 16. I think Sadia is listening to me. Or anyone, please. Question number 16, read.
The Falkirk wheel was
Yes.
initially put together at the location where its components were manufactured.
The Falkirk well was initially put together at the location where its components were manufactured. I think understand. Falkirk well initially mean primarily, beginningly.
Yes.
They put together, the component they put together at the location, at the places where the component, where the element they produce or manufactured. This is the main thing of the question, is that whether the Falkirk well initially put together or not. We have to charge this answer. Falkirk well initially put together or not. So where we have the information in the paragraph, I think in this paragraph, fourth paragraph, we can have information, the fourth paragraph. If you read the fourth paragraph, we can have the answer. The various parts of the Falkirk well, this is some information we are having. Various parts of Falkirk well were all constructed and assembled.
Assemble
mean assemble mean get together, put together. Assemble mean put together, like one game toy. Game toy mean the gigantic toy building. That means the places they put together the Falkirk well is like a gigantic building. And Bartley Engineering Steelworks at Derbyshire, some 400 kilometers from Falkirk. A team work there currently assemble the 100,200 ton of steel. So we can have some information here in the question number 16. Now we have to understand question is true, false, or not given. Is it true, false, or not given?
True.
Same. We have got information the Falkirk well, they have assembled, they have Falkirk well constructed, and the giant building, or they have given an engineering workshop. The workshop, they put all the components together like a gigantic building. So question is talking about the Falkirk well was initially, you can read the question again. Falkirk well was initially put together at the location where its components were manufactured. So is it answered?
Yes, sir, it's true.
Nothing. True, nothing, because question and answer matching information positively. This is true. So we can note down the true. Or if you have some conflict, you can ask me. Do you have any conflicts regarding the question? It's true? Or
No,
you
sir.
are agree with me? Okay, thank you. Now question number, last question is that. Last question is that. Question number 17. Falkirk well is the only boat lift in the world which has steel section bolted together by hand. Look at the question again. Falkirk well is the only boat lift in the world which has steel section bolted together by hand. You have to understand the question. Falkirk well only boat lift in the world which has, that means it has still section bolded together by hand. That means they have a still section which is bolded together by hand. Now we have to go to the passage where they are talking about the still section. We have to charge the paragraph of the location where you find some last answer. Just keep reading and stop the line where you have some still section, please. Still section you can have. Still section. This paragraph you can have in the rest of the paragraph you can have a still section. We have the well would need to withstand eminence and constantly changing states as doubted. So to make the structure more robust, the steel section were bolted rather than welded together. We get information here. Now we have
Yes,
to
sir.
match between questions. Question says that Falkirk well is the only board lifted in the wall which has a steel section bolted together. So we had a steel section bolted together, but they have to talk about that by hand. Over 45,000 bolt hole were matched with their bolts. Each bolt was hand tightness. So what do you think between the question and answer? You have to
Say it's false.
match. False. Anyone, please. What do you think? Other person,
It's
please.
true.
It is false. Other one, please. False, not true.
I think it's true.
Why do you think it's true? Please make me clear.
Because in the question ask about put them together by hand, and here mentioned hand tightened.
Hand tightened, that means by hand they tightened it. But there is some missing information between the question and answer. If you read the question again, you can find some information is not
There isn't any
matching.
information about board lifting or not.
Exactly.
Can I explain?
Yes, please.
So in question asked about the steel section are bolted by hand or not. So in paragraphs, the steel section are welded, not bolted by hand.
So that's why you think it's false, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It's not given.
But not given. Please, why do you think this is not given? Please, your name, please.
Because they didn't say about board lifted or not, and the section steel section are doing this together by hand, but there isn't any mention there by together in hand.
Right. Now I like to read again and make you clear this is not given, because why do you think? If you read would read more or the strength constantly changing the state. So to make the structure were more robust, the steel section were bolted. Steel section were bolted. Let's talk about the question. Steel section were bolted together by hand. Steel section were bolted. So bolted, rather welded together. Over it is bolted but not welded. Steel section were bolted, not welded. Over 45,000 bolted hole were matched with their bolt. Each ball was hand tightened. This ball were hand tightened. So what is the conflict? Please, could you please explain what is the conflict? Please, you have mentioned that not given. Please, could you please explain what is the conflict between the question and the passage?
So they said the match the bold, but they can say the bold is together by hand.
Yes, good. They did not clarify bold together by hand. They did not. They just mentioned that it is bolt were hand tightened. Hand tightened, and the bolt by hand is not same word. Screw can be tied by hand, but bolted by hand is not clearly qualified. That's why it is not given. So this is very conflicting thing in terms of true false not given. If you don't understand very deeply between the question and answer, you may be conflicted and you may have wrong answer. We need to be very careful. Question and answer information should be very clearly, deeply understandable. Then you have to chance to get 9 score in the reading part. But when you don't understand very deeply, you may have wrong answer. So it's very important thing for us. Okay, now we can have the rest of the question to read. Then we can try question number 18. The weight of the gondola varies according to the size of boat being.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, is it true or not? Question number 17.
It is not given because
Okay, sir.
in the question they have talked about they bolted together by hand. But question let's talk about that they have guided by the hand.
Okay, sir.
And bolted, whether it is hand or not, did not clarify. They bolted, but later they tightened by the hand. It is correct. But we did not get any information regarding how they bolted. Did they bolted by machine or bolted by hand? That's why it is not given. So question number 80 is that the main thing of the weight of gondola. Gondola is meant as a dock of the water basin. Gondola vary according to the size of boat being carried. So the main thing of the here, weight of gondola, same size, whether they are carrying the boat or not. Now we have to charge in the paragraph. We have charged in the paragraph the weight between talking about the weight. In this paragraph, the well consists two seat of opposing X-shaped arm attached to the weight, attached to the 25 meter apart from fixed center of spin. Two diametrically opposite water lift gondola. Now they are talking about gondola because our main point is gondola. Each with a capacity of 360, that means 360,000 liter are lifted between the end top arm. Gondola always weight. Now we are going to the main focus. Gondola always weight the same, whether or not they are carrying the boat. So we get the information in here. Now we have to match between the question and the answer. Question say, gondola wide. Question again. The question say gondola weight are vary on the size of boat.
It's false. Sir, it's false.
False.
Yes. Thank you. Easy. It's false. Thank you very much. Thank you. False. Now we have to go to the other question. Question number 19. The construction of Falkik well is site look into account the presence of nearby ancient monument. Ancient monument means some ancient building, ancient somethings or old something. This is called ancient. The question construction, we have to talk about the construction. We have to go to the construction of Falkik well size took into account the presence of nearby ancient monument. Now go through the passage. Here we have some answer about because we don't need to read the lines. We have finished the reading. Then we have to go to the last one. And we have to find the answer of in here. Construction, they are talking about that the construction deposit weight for the water waste boat center gondola monuments living gondola weights exactly same board. This keep the well balance. Deposit its enormous match is routed through the 180 Celsius degree for 5.5 meters while using every little powder. No, there's no information in here. So we have to go to the next one. and boat needing to the lifted up entire basin informations. Yes, you have to go the next one. Construction, or they're talking about the construction here. Construction, last paragraph. Okay, remaining 1 meters.
Second line.
Second line. Could you please read construction, please?
The wheel could not be constructed to elevate board over the full 35 meters difference between the two canals.
Historically,
owing to the presence of the historical importance.
Antonic wall, which wall built by the Romans. So there is any information there. Okay, you can stop the line. The wall could not be constructed to elevate boat over the full 35-meter difference between the two canal, owing the presence of presence means there's the presence of historically important Antonic wall. What does it mean? Historically important Antonic wall, which was built by Roman. What does it mean? Construction well, presence of nearby any ancient monument. It does mean.
Yes, sir.
Just look at go to the question again. You have to make clear. Construction of the Folky Well site look into account. That means the site of construction is look into account the presence of nearby ancient monuments. I think you understand. Between the question and answer, you find information that where they are making the Folky Well is like a look at again. Look at again last paragraph. Then you have to make clear. Owing the presence of historically important Antonic wall, which was built by Roman in the second century AD, boat travel under the wall via the tunnel, then through the block, finally on the Union Canal. So, is it true or false? Between question and answer, true.
Yes, sir. True.
Like another person, what do you think? Is true or false? True, isn't it? Okay, because that means the historically important Antonic wall, presence of historically important Antonic wall. This is like a gigantic building. So we got the technique to read the answer. Now we have to go this kinds of question to solve. Before the answering this kinds of question, I like to illustrate some important information. Then you can try at your home yourself. Earlier we saw in the last classes, we saw fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks are three kinds. One is the with clue. Another is without clue. This is the diagram. Diagram means you can have some picture. And this is the picture about the Folky Well. Look very carefully. The picture you are watching, it is Folky Well. That means there is two canal and some sheep water in the water. They are carrying the wall are carrying boat to Taspar other canal. This is in the Scotland. This is called the Folky Well. You can watch the video of Folky Well in the YouTubes. What does Folky Well mean? Now the diagram of Folky Well, you have to answer, fill in the blank. I like to help you to answer one question. The rest of the question you can try at your home yourself. Let's talk about it. What do you think? For fill in the blanks, you have to read the question and question main theme. Very easy technique for filling the blank is that if once you get an answer in a location of the passage, same paragraph, you can have all the answer. Or in the same paragraph, same line, same location, you can have all the answer. This is very good advantage for filling the blank. Now I'm going to help you to answer this kinds of question. First of all, you have to read the main thing of the question, that how a board is lifted on the bulky well. This is main things. And you have to read the question first and second question. Affair of dash, affair of blank are linked in order to shut out water from canal basin. The main thing is that the canal basin. Now you have this where they are talking about the canal basin, because the following depends. We didn't need to go to the from the beginning. We have to read the line in the paragraph where you find last answer. So look at here, canal basin. Where you had in the second paragraph you can see canal basin. So fear of dash. Here you have answer. Boat needing to be lifted up enter the canal basin at the level of Fourth and Lady Canal. Then enter the lower gondola of the well. Two hydraulic steel gate are raised so as to still sell the gondola up from the water in the canal basin. We got some answer. Now we have to match it. What will be the answer in the line? So now FR mean 2 of here answer should be the here is information about that, no more than one word. So you cannot write more than, you have to read the instruction no more than one. And hydraulic through hydraulic gate. So you cannot write hydraulic, you have to write only gate, to FR of gate, GATES, gates, because hydraulic gate cannot be write. Why? Because they have instructed you to write only one word. That's why answer should be gate or lifted mean rise in order to shut out water from the canal basin. Now you have to answer in this paragraph. In this paragraph, you answer the one answer. So you in the paragraph, you will read all the answer or next paragraph, but you don't need to go to the beginning or the ending. This is very good advantage for filling the blanks in terms of answering this kinds of question. And I like to recommend you to try yourself. I help you to answer 20 question. You try to answer 21st, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 question to write this in the paragraph you have. Right, you can find out. This is your homework. And this is also your homework. That to read the passage. This passage is about reducing the effect of climate change. You have to read the whole the passage, and you have to identify uncommon word. And your turn, you need to. I will help you to answer this kinds of question. This is about the dimension. And I will help you to answer this kinds of question, or you can try, because this is the fill in the blank, right? This kinds of question I will help you, because for you can try this question, answer to question in the question. Fill in the blank. Before that, you need to read the passage very well to understand the meaning, because if you don't know the meaning well, you cannot do better. Other technique I like to mention for the reading improvement. For your reading, I like to mention other technique is that if you are not well familiar with the uncommon word, you cannot do well in reading part. That's why daily you can install apps named the Guardian apps. This is a British newspaper apps. If you apps the Guardian newspaper apps in your mobile phone, you can read the some articles, some news daily. When you find some uncommon word, charge uncommon word in your dictionary, meanings and their synonyms. Because IELTS reading always they mention synonym words, not direct words. Very helpful for you. As well as my technique, whatever I am teaching you the techniques, if you follow yourself, if you try at your home, you can do better. Another thing is that the person who do not have Cambridge IELTS books, you can upload the books in internet, www.cambridge IELTS 11 to 16 books you can upload. there is answer as well. You can have try yourself. For example, if you are looking to have 7 score, you have to make ensure that your 13 question is correct. Then you can make sure that your score is 7 score. Thank you. Now you would like to ask some. You like to take some question from you, please. You can have some question regarding the class of students. If you don't understand some strategy, I like to mention you very well. Please. You can have a question. Please,
Sir,
yes, question.
how can we improve vocabulary?
Okay, for vocabulary, you have to read some English newspaper, English magazine, as well as IELTS reading part. Then you can use your dictionary. For example, I like to mention that if you install in your mobile phone The Guardian is British newspaper apps. If you install the Guardian app, daily 1 and 2 news, if you read and identify your uncommon word, you can improve your vocabulary. Second thing is that when you read IELTS reading, Cambridge reading, then mention your uncommon word, try to find their meaning as well as their synonyms. Then you can improve rapid possible time your vocabulary. Yes, please, other one. Another one. What do you like to know, please? Samira Khan, thank you. Samira, please, other one. What is your question? Okay, if anyone have a question, please ask me, please. Mr. Mubashir, do you have any question? Okay, thank you very much. Hope very well. And I like to, in the next classes, we will have enjoy more things. And before that, I like to recommend you the homework I have given you. If you are looking to have good score, I recommend you to practice yourself. Then we can do better. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.